This is part 2 of a 4-part series about saving money at Disney World. I'm trying to give tips and strategies for cutting the cost for that week-long trip to visit the mouse. I'm the Park Dad, and this is my guide to saving money at Disney World. Hotels and lodging. Where you choose to stay could be your largest expense when visiting the theme parks, so this is an excellent cost-cutting measure. Disney has 3 tiers of resorts and campgrounds, so there are a lot of options to choose from. Not only that, but there are partner hotels on Disney property, the Swan and Dolphin. The Disney resorts range in price from the modest to very expensive. Seriously, the deluxe resorts can easily cost above $1,500 per night. Disney offers moderate and value resorts at a much more affordable price. The moderate resorts are typically a third of that price per night. I just checked the value resorts. For the same time period, they cost about 1/10 the price of the deluxe options. As with most things, you get what you pay for. When you're staying in a deluxe or even a moderate resort, you will be staying in a world-class resort, while at the value resorts, you still get quality but not country club levels of service. For example, in the value resorts, you're only going to get housekeeping services every other day. This is fine for a cheap family trip to the park, but I wouldn't recommend it to your potential honeymooners. Other things I like to point out to first-timers to Disney is that there are no continental, and by that I mean free, breakfast at Disney hotels. Depending on the resort you choose, you'll find a variety of food options and drink options. Another tip is if you're dying to explore some of the more exotic resorts at Disney, plan a meal there. You don't have to rent a room at a Disney resort to visit the resort and have a meal. For a short while, you can feel like a jet setter without the cost of staying there. While you get the perk of free transportation to and from the park by staying in a Disney hotel, staying off-site can be a cheaper option. I've mentioned in a previous video that tourism is very important to the Orlando economy and they get millions of visitors yearly, so there are plenty of hotel options around Disney World. Depending on the hotel and the time of year, many will have great deals and a lot of them offer free transportation to the parks. I definitely recommend reading reviews and mapping to see how close to the parks you're staying. Winding up with a long commute via your favorite rideshare will eat into any potential savings. Also, if you're driving to the park, you will have to consider daily parking fees if you're not an annual pass holder or vacation club member. If you're a member of a hotel chain's rewards program, this is an excellent time to cash in those rewards. One thing to remember is that the less expensive the hotel, the greater the chance of you not enjoying staying there. This could be worth it though. For example, if the lowest price hotel at Disney is $165 per night and you find a hotel for $49 a night for a week-long visit, you're going to save just shy of $700 for the week. Did I leave out your favorite hotel strategy for saving money? Drop a line in the comments and let us know what your tip is. Another cost-saving measure for your visit could be staying in an Airbnb or vacation rental. Those are great if you have a bigger group and could give you a little more privacy at night. There have been plenty of times in a hotel where I've been glad I had my earplugs while other guests are getting their party on. Again though, you will have to figure your way to the park. This isn't exactly a money-saving tip, but it's not a bad idea to schedule a rest day in the middle of a long trip. It's a day you don't have to pay for park tickets and you can use it to relax by the pool, do some shopping, or catch a movie. It's fun to be immersed in Disney, but sometimes you might want to take a break. My son and I like to schedule a rest day. I learned the hard way that 4 straight days walking Disney will lead to being cranky and getting frustrated easily. Taking a cool-off day really helped out, and we still try to schedule Disney stuff outside the parks. This is a good time to schedule a character meal in one of the Disney resorts, so you're not taking time away from your park adventure for a long sit-down meal. My last recommendation for saving money on your stay is to consider camping. If you're the rugged, adventuresome type, there's always the campsites at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort. Fort Wilderness is a Disney mainstay that opened back in 1971, right after the park opened. Walt himself wanted people to have as many options as possible for staying at Disney World and made sure that camping was one of them. There are other camping options outside of Disney as well, so you should be able to find one that suits you. To give you an idea of savings, I'm looking at the second week of October 2025. The cheapest resort available is Disney's All-Star Music Resort, one of my favorites because of the old school rock and roll they play, which checks in at $172 per night as of this recording. For the same week, the Fort Wilderness campsite is $105 per night, which would be a savings of $402 for a 6-night stay. With that savings, you'd be able to schedule a character dinner at Storybook Dining at Artist Point with Snow White. This is a family-friendly dinner with characters from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which is located in Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Do you have a favorite way to save money when staying at Disney? Drop a comment and share it with us. That's all for part 2. Keep checking back for part 3. Remember to like and subscribe. If you're dying for more Disney content, please check out my original video, Surviving Disney. Until next time, go have a new adventure.